I'm Father John Geaney of the Paulist Fathers, and you're watching Psalm Sense. A few years ago, I was the producer of a film about John Paul II, and we were in Rome shooting. And as we wound up our time on St. Peter's Piazza, I noticed that there was a cardinal walking across the piazza, and I said to the cameraman who asked me if there was anything else he needed to do, I said, "You might want to take a shot of that man. Someday he may be famous." Well, his name at that time was Cardinal Ratzinger, and he was the Pope's chief man at the time, and later on became Pope Benedict XVI. So indeed, he did become more famous. Now, we oftentimes think that popes have everything they want at all times, and this pope is no different than all the others. But he was singular in the fact that he had a significant and deep background in theology. And that theology led him to being one of the chief contributors to the Second Vatican Council, which changed the church. And at the same time, he was quite conservative. So there were issues that arose during his papacy that might not have come if he had been more on the liberal side. But we don't worry about those kind of things when we think about the papacy. We know that the Holy Father is guided by our God to bring us the truth about God in a loving and thoughtful way. Now, when you are a pope, you are subjected to all the difficulties that any human being has who's trying to run a huge organization. But the church is more than that. The church is Jesus alive in our lives today. So, you might think to yourself, does the Holy Father ever search the scriptures? And of course he does. And I'm sure that the Pope probably reflected for himself on Psalm 116b, when it reads, "How can I repay the Lord for all his goodness to me? The cup of salvation I will raise. I will call on the name of the Lord." That's really what Pope Benedict XVI was all about, bringing us, all of us, to a better sense of who God is in our lives, helping us to realize the importance of God in all that we do. Did he do many wonderful things for the poor? Did he reach out and touch people in their daily lives? Did he make judgments about the church and what needed to be done? He certainly did. But the major thing that he did was bring us to a deeper understanding of who God is, who Jesus is, and who the Holy Spirit is in enfolding us under the great gift of his love. So, in his funeral, all of that was reflected. And we give our praise to this man who was a pope, Pope Benedict XVI. For Psalm Sense, I'm Father John Geaney. My time is up. I thank you for yours.